Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Cosmic Starseed Academy. And these are the Pleiadian Sunday School sessions. And today's date is the 1st of February 2026, and it is 7:22 p.m. here in Ireland. So I think we're just going to go ahead and make a start this evening. Um, so, Dennis, if you would please begin with the prayers. Oh, and let me just say that if you're going to join these groups, I do insist on you saying hello on camera, even if it's for a few minutes or seconds, just so I can get a read on your energy. And I do that to protect myself and the group. And we had someone join just now who wouldn't put the camera on and hadn't actually registered on the Zoom, which I don't know how they got in, but I did check because I'd asked them to put their camera on and I got no reply or response. And then I checked if they'd registered for the Zoom and they hadn't. So I don't know how they got in somehow, in the back door somehow. So they must have known what they were doing. And part of the name was the big events or something. And then in brackets it had otter.ai. So I did boot them out. But just a message, if you are genuine and I booted you out, my apologies. Perhaps you couldn't hear me, but if you do want to join these groups, I do require that you at least put your camera on and say hello. I'm absolutely fine if you want to keep your camera off when we're recording, or even not recording, but it is a requirement that you at least come and say hello. I don't allow people just to join and never get to meet them. And that is for my safety and protection, and also the group as well. I was on someone's group once, a few times, where there were people that were joining that were very suspect. So I don't allow that in this group. Okay, guys, I hope that's okay for you. And if you were genuine and you're listening in the future, please do come and I don't think I'm wrong, but I especially as you didn't register for the Zoom, but if I'm wrong and you are genuine, then please do come and register and join. Okay, so oh, and also let me just add that if because Seth and both Seth and Dia and Amara have all said that they've thought of or have invited people to the group, which is fine, absolutely, of course. Um, yeah, I've no problem with that. In fact, that's lovely. So I'm going to put myself on mute, or actually, I'm not going to mute myself, but Dennis, would you please begin with the prayers? And you've got a lovely shadow on your head. It's like a cross, just, yeah, a beam of light coming down on your forehead. Yeah.
It's a bit weird, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Line of energy coming in. Okay.
We will begin as usual with some simple prayers. The first is the prayer of the law of one. I'll say it and repeat it. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks that this is done, it is so. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed.
Oh.
When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks that this is done, it is so. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, with Mother, Father, God, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks that this is done. It is so. And a short I am mantra or prayer. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. All right. Thank you.
I'm just going to pause there because Spirit is coming in. So I'm just going to pause the recording and check in with the group. Okay, welcome back, everyone. We were just taking a very short break there. So I'm going to step back into the channeling if I can. I hadn't even started. Um, my back is very itchy. It was the same last night as well, actually. Okay. We are here this evening. We I'm delighted to be with you as always. We were just sharing with Soma some more personal questions, or not questions, but information to questions that she's been asking lately. She's been a little bit questioning herself and which direction, oh, thank you, which direction to go in. And we were just giving her some possibilities and information and answers. And she's very pleased with these. As you can see, the smile. We come in today with the energy of uplifting energy. We wish to uplift so many of you that are down in the doldrums, or maybe you are depressed to some level, hopefully not too much or not in the extreme, maybe just a little bit down, but we wish to uplift all of you, those that are here now, those that are here in the future. In fact, all of humanity we wish to uplift, to enlighten, to make lighter, to make sense of things, to clarify your past, your history, your future. We are the Pleiadian collective. We are joined this evening by Lyran energy. And we said this yesterday, which has a much gentler energy. We're also joined this evening by Jesus, Mary Magdalene, who is very connected to Egypt, Sophia energy, and Emily, and also Dia, and in fact all of you that are here, including Soma. We're joined by Archangel Michael, by Merlin, there is magic in your hands. So many of you were refueling your energy in 2025, and now you are ready for takeoff. In fact, you've already taken off. You just are still climbing. We use an aeroplane as an example. When it's taken off, you are still climbing to become more stable. We see this within you, and we support you and assist you so much. Much more than you are aware of. We invite, which is interesting to Soma. We've said this to her before and she never said anything out loud, but she was looking forward to it. And here it is. And if the answer is no, that is okay with us. And it is also okay with Soma, but we invite Christy to do a joint channeling this evening. Christy, is that okay with you?
Yeah, I would just need to prepare myself, and if I can take a
Okay,
few minutes, if that's okay.
okay. Thank you. Soma was very unsure. Welcome back, Christy. Welcome back, everyone. We invite Christy to do somewhat of a joint channeling. Thank you for doing this, Christy.
It's okay. Um, Waiting to. I am Venturus Voluntarist, again connecting with you in this way. We would like to thank the other beings that are involved at this time for allowing me and us to come forward. When I say us, there is many of us here at this time, as Soma has explained. So I thank you for allowing me to come forward with a message to you.
It is an honor to share the space.
Yeah. It is interesting that we have come together at this time to share and give what we feel is an important message for your audience, anyone that will pick up this viewing at a later date. Again, as you have expressed, dear one, there is many situations playing out on your planet at this time, and I do understand there is grave concerns. But again, I want to take this opportunity to bring this back to you, I want you to understand the reasons why you have chosen not just to come back to planet Earth, but to come into the room this evening and be involved in what you feel is important for you on a spiritual level. I had shared with you in the past and made you aware of the distractions that continue to play out on your planet. And I do understand there is grave concerns. Your planet at this time is in, we would say, a difficult situation. And because of this, this has had an impact on many of you. So again, I ask you to go back in your quiet time and connect with what you would feel is important to you. We will continue to come forward and offer guidance and support, but it is important for you also to play your part. You are aware of this. You have now become aware of, let's say, beings from other realms that are visiting your planet for various reasons. And in doing so, this is allowing you to understand the possibilities that you hold. And when I say the possibilities, I mean the changes that can be brought to you when the timing is right. I do feel at this time it is necessary for you all to reflect in the now moment and understand that these changes that you seek can happen, but they will only happen again if you see that you are part of what you see, the bigger picture, let's say. And I do see that anyone here this evening in this room listening to this conversation, listening to this update, understands that they do play a part. So again, I ask you, we ask you to be aware of the noise. We will use that phrase so you understand. The noise that continues to come forward and distract you on your path. This is important for you at this time to understand. By doing so, you are allowing yourself to understand your potential as what you call a spiritual being, which is correct.
Thelma would like to step back for a few moments and allow Christy to continue.
Thank you, son. I will continue with my message, but I also want your audience to continue in a way that they understand the importance of them being. I continue to support this one in what you would call understanding the importance of us communicating through him. For me, Ventura is communicating through him. It has taken some time for him to understand the importance of this connection. I say this to you so you understand. The importance of giving yourself that time to contemplate, to meditate, to remove yourself from the distractions, as I say, that continue to face you on a day-to-day basis. My message again, of course, is to support and guide you and allow you to understand why you have been selected.
Yes, please do share.
Yes, well, you have come forward. And we don't just mean in this session to express really how you feel regarding the situation on your planet, but why you have been selected to come forward at this time to witness this shift in consciousness. You do understand the part you play in that. It is not just a case of let's pop in and pop out. It doesn't work that way. As I have expressed to this one, you have to be the pushers. It's important that you are aware of this also. And in doing so, you then begin to understand something called self, which is you. And I'm not doubting that connection that you have with self at this present time, but this will allow you to understand there is many levels to you that you have not explored because you have allowed what you call the monkey mind to get in the way. It is something that we witness quite often in our connection with many of you. I am not asking you to hand your life over to what you call these beautiful beings that are coming forward to you. Some of you at this time is not sensing that. You are playing with the possibility in your mind. If Soma can channel, Christy can channel, and I channel, of course you can channel. It's just again, making sure that you come into this group or any of the other groups that you attend and allow yourself to Bring that into your awareness, let's say. This is something now that you will go off and analyze. When I use the word channel to you, immediately you go, me? Yes, I mean you. You all came back in with these wonderful gifts. And when you're ready, of course, the choice is yours. There will be no pressure put on you. But I am making you aware of the abilities you have. Some of you here at this time have thought of that idea. I would ask you to bring that back into your awareness. Because again, that will take you to another level. And there are many levels. And there is no race to get to the top. But there is an understanding that will come to you when you are ready. You will know I am ready. And this will be what you call the game changer. The reason I am coming across with this message in this now present moment is so you understand, as I have said, and don't leave us until you have the sums, class. Bring it more into your life on a day-to-day basis. In your meditations, start speaking to us. And we will control when we sense that you are there. So as you say, on your planet, it is an inside job. Yes, that is correct. You will get some guidance and support, of course, but it's important that you make the first move. There is only so much we can offer you. There is only so much we will give you. There is only so much we can tell you. It is important for you to be aware of that. This will help you understand your greatness. So I will take a question before I go. If anyone would like to come forward, has anything on their mind, and I will try and support you with that.
Please feel free to go ahead and ask Christy and Renturus any questions you have.
I'd like to bring up the chemtrail thing one more time, just because of what I had spoken about yesterday, in hearing this very public figure, Juan O'Savin, saying that the chemtrails are being used as military cover-up. And I was just wondering what Renturus would like to say about that, like why that might be being said if it's false. I hope that made sense.
Oh, it did make sense. And I can see your concern. You had come forward recently also with that message concerning chemtrails. We do understand that it is of grave concern. Right? and in your party to comfort all the world experience. Let me just say again, it's a very interesting subject for us when we look into, let's say, our viewpoint. And this is a topic that continues to surface on the planet, not just in the US, but in many parts of the world. Your military is involved at this time. This gentleman that you speak of, that gave that announcement, there have been many announcements that have come forward regarding the chemtrails in the past. These have been not just on a personal level, but many of you have been given information as to the dangers of these chemicals being pumped into your atmosphere. Many of you have voiced your concerns and continue to do so. Give it not to your government officials, your elected government officials. And sadly, a lot of the time, they have not got the answers either. So for us, we want to assure you that the situation regarding chemtrails continues to play out on the planet. You can see that on a day-to-day basis. There is work being done at this time to remove some of the toxins. There is ongoing discussions at this time to look at the possibilities of changing that situation to where this will stop. But again, I can assure you that the update that you got, you are going to get many more updates, not just from this individual, but again, you are going to have many people coming forward on seeking answers and looking for advice regarding the situation with them. The chemtrails, again, are just one small situation that continues to have a serious impact. And we don't mean on a physical level. We mean just knowing that there's a toxin in the air that can affect them, let's say, body. And maybe other areas of fault, wildlife, forest, all areas, of course. It is something, again, that you are interested in. It's something that you hold on to. You get the answer that fits with you. But again, we support you in this time. We hope that you do understand that I can't give you the answer that you want now, because I don't want to upset you and say the story that you have been told, that the update you have been given is not true. I will just explain, like I did in the past, that the situation continues, but it is being addressed at this time. And that is difficult, we do understand, to accept, because it continues. But there's, again, many different levels to this situation. Many.
I am so sorry to interrupt, but we are having trouble hearing Christie and Renturis. And we were wondering, is it possible? Because I don't want to bring you out of the channeling, but is it possible that perhaps you could just sit a little bit closer to the device?
Yes, it can.
Thank you.
Sorry. I was not aware of this. I am not sure the channel is aware of this either, but he is
Thank
going
you.
to adjust his technology, hopefully.
Well, it looks like there's a microphone attached to the earpiece. Is it possible that that microphone could be moved up a little bit somehow?
Well, I feel that this one has connected his earpiece to his phone. He has moved away from the technology he came into the call with, and he's using a different technology here for a reason. Um, so, what I suggest is that I will step back now and allow this one to come forward, and he can go back into the channel state if he likes, and I can come forward again. We will allow him to adjust his technology, and hopefully this resolves the issue.
Thank you so much. I
Yes,
will it be okay if I pause the recording there?
yes,
Thank
yes, of
you.
course.
Okay, welcome back, guys. So Dennis I'd like to apologize for the if you couldn't hear, but perhaps have a look at the captions. I know they're not always accurate and they do seriously make big mistakes sometimes. But Dennis would like to say some things, and then I'm hopefully Christy will be able to go back into the channeling.
Yes. Well, I heard Christy okay, and if people have the recording and they have the opportunity to put up their volume higher, perhaps they will hear it okay as I did. On the chemtrails, so 17 has made some statement about the chemtrails not being so negative, and I can't say whether that's true or not true, but I do trust him as a good source of information, which is not the same as saying whether it's true or not true. But the balance of power is coming to a point of change. And when that change happens, we have to be not stuck in fixed ideas, because the now will change. And the dark or evil at some point in the near future or very near future, I am trusting, will lose its power. And then there will be a gradual increase of power and authority and rule being held by a group which is more positive and pro-human and pro-community. And when that happens, the world will not look so different. So your discernment will be needed to notice the change in energy. Some people have an idea that the banks will disappear and medicine and pharmaceutical companies will disappear and
That would be
go,
lovely.
and that's not going to happen.
But it would be so lovely, Dennis,
That may
if they
be,
just poof.
but that would cause its own problems. What's going to happen is there's going to be a transformation. There's going to be a change. The banks will still be there, and they will, instead of giving out money which is based on fiat currency and usury, money will be based on value, and they will be distributors of that in a much more fair and just way. Medicine will transform, and people will become more ethical and responsible and have better techniques and procedures, and many will phase out because they are harmful and disruptive. And chemtrails, is quite likely there will come a point in the near future that they will be, it might still continue because of that struggle, but they might be neutralized. And it's possible that sometime in the near future that chemtrails, this technology of atmospheric injection and so on, that it could put positive elements into the skies or atmosphere. So I just say that. I haven't said whether it's true or not true, but I'm saying there is change coming. And so we have to use our discernment and not be stuck in fixed ideas with the past and understand that change is coming. Positive change is coming. And then something quite different with regards to channeling, and it is not there's no I always welcome the messages of Renturus and Christie. That's just how it is. But something that I would say on channeling is sometimes I think it is easy for people to get the idea that to channel they must reach out of themselves. They must somehow allow other to give to them. And again, without poo-pooing that idea, I think it's more valuable to understand that for channeling, most effectively, in my understanding, it is a going within. It's not an external action, it is internal. And how that works is because as I am presence, as source fractal, that we are in essence, that when we go within, when we go into the heart space, when we sit in the silence of our essence, that there we are one with all. And it is within that it is easiest to connect to any positive or powerful presence that we wish, be that source or Yeshua, angels, dragons, galactic brothers or sisters. It's just an addendum onto this element of that we can all channel as an ability which is part of our DNA, part of our beingness.
I think Dia has a question for you, darling.
I don't presume it's for me, but I think she has a question, yes.
Interesting presumption, Dennis. It's not really a question, but something you said, I don't even remember, brought something up for me. Something came through. I'm quite emotional right now.
Why, Dia? What?
I'm trying to get the words. I got a deeper understanding of, I guess you'll say, why I'm here. I think why the topic of the chemtrails is coming up so strongly for me right now is my connection to the planet and its beings, particularly the animals and plants. And I think I'm a guardian of the planet somehow. That's what's coming through for me, and it's going through me, and I'm feeling a lot of emotion right now and a lot of grief for the planet and what she's been through. And I know she's very strong. And I don't know. I guess this is just part of what I'm supposed to process and experience right now. But it's really moving through me.
Allow that. Allow whatever's coming up for you, accept and acknowledge that you are absolutely a guardian of the earth. That is part of why you're here. Part of why we are here.
Yeah. It's funny, I'm feeling a few other things too. Joy that I'm recognizing this.
You have the power within you to change your reality. It is us, the Pleiadians, who are speaking. This is what we've been saying all along. And we totally, absolutely understand how difficult it is for you to process this, for you to fully embrace how powerful you are. We see Soma up close and personal, and we see how she struggles with this. We understand how difficult this process is for you to step back into your power. It is an ongoing process. You are where you are today, and it has been thousands of lifetimes to get where you are today. So be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourselves. Embrace yourselves. Embrace that you are cosmic beings. Powerful beings. This is not an overnight process.
As a
Dia,
planet protector and guardian, there are many actions you can take. And I trust in your wisdom, Dia, to be able to find or choose some of those that are effective for you. A very simple one that I would suggest or propose is Ho'oponopono. Those 4 lines to repeat many times and to direct it to the planet and to direct it to those who, out of their lack of awareness or unconsciousness or control others have on them, are doing such harm, and to address it with the lines of, I love you, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And you go, well, hang on, why am I saying sorry? Well, why you might is because you are only connected to the all that is with Prime Creator, and you are joined with Mother, Father, God. Your connection is no less powerful. So you joined with your I am and joined with the all that is. You can take this higher view and you can give love to that situation, which is healing. And you say, I am sorry because with the all that is, you are wishing for healing in that area. And you say, please forgive me because you are looking for right relationships. And you make those statements joined with the power of your divine beingness and with the all that is, and it makes a difference. I just say that as one action that you can take as a planet guardian, and I have no doubt that you might find others, things that you can do to contribute, to protect, to restore.
Yes, I'm curious to see how it'll be with the trees next time I go out in the woods.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all. I'm going to be leaving now, and I'm sure there will be plenty more of interest in this session, however long it lasts. Okay.
Thank you, Dennis.
Bye
Good
for now.
night, Dennis. Bless you.
Bye, Dennis. Oh.
So let's see. Emily, you have a question.
Yes, thank you, Soma. While I was listening to Renturis speak about our capacity to channel, I recall an experience I had in Neuchâtel, Switzerland, up in the mountains. The experience was I saw a stand of evergreen trees on the property where I was, and I had a strong sensation that I knew those trees and that I'd, been there before. There was a strong sensation of familiarity. And the other thing that I felt while I was in Neuchâtel was an inspiration to compose, which is something that does not occur to me here in this country. And my question for Ranturis, or Christy or Soma, is, are there not some areas of the world where the exchange, the communication is easier?
Yes. Yes.
Being mindful of portals and things like that. I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, and perhaps some of us have a harder time connecting for channeling purposes because of a sort of atmospheric pollution, perhaps, or noise, or I don't know, density that is difficult to manage. And so anyway, could I hear what your perspectives are?
Christy, go ahead.
Thanks, Emily, for the question. It's really interesting that the comment that Venturis made around John, the impact it can have on people who listen. And it's quite clear that his response touched you and maybe others in the room. And before I answer your question, I'll just share something with you, my experience. And when it came to channeling, I was very skeptical, extremely skeptical. And there was a few reasons around that. And I won't go into it at the moment. But it took a long time for me to accept, even with the information coming forward, that I was going to channel. They had said to me, you're going to channel, whether you know it or not. I found that hard to accept. One of the reasons being I looked at other channels around the world and said, I'd be able to do that. So, but anyway, that was me. And, over time that changed. But it took time. But the example you gave was really, really wonderful. It was really beautiful being in another country and then getting the feeling again to compose. They're all moments that I can relate to. And something is coming to me now. I was away some time ago, and I went to another island. I was on the island staying with friends, but I was basically on my own. I wanted to be on my own. I wanted to be away from people in general, because I realized there was a relationship opening up with me and these high energies, let's say. And when I was there, spending time on my own, I realized that there was beings coming to me, and they were coming through my eyes. And they were positive beings, they were family members, and they were loved ones that had passed over. So they took me to the island. They got me to a nice place. They got me relaxed. They started to then download And I realized at that moment I was photographing an animal in the field, the cow, and I realized when I took a photograph of myself, there was somebody in my eye, and it was my friend Helen who had transitioned across a few months prior to that. So she was coming to me from the other side, and she was coming to me through the pupil of my eye. So that was a game changer. And I realized then that I was ready not just to connect to Helen, but I was ready to more or less open up really my challenging abilities to myself and to the outside world. So bringing that notion into your awareness, sometimes for me it was a bit of a struggle because when I met Ranturis, when I do meet Ranturis as an astral, and when Ranturis was brought to me, when Kin was brought to me, it was Kin first, then it changed to Ranturis after a while because I wasn't ready to receive the updates that were necessary. There's only so much information they will give you because they're aware of your vibration and your frequency. So they will be very careful what they say and how they say it. So those moments and the moment you just described was just an opportunity for you to tap into that sort of state of consciousness, the possibility. Is there anybody listening to me? Am I communicating with anybody? And sometimes we don't get a response, and because we're distracted by a thought or something like that, and that's okay. Like, we move away, and they will wait for the opportunity again to move in to see what your response will be. And personally, that's how my my experiences begin to open up on different levels. And I'm sharing that with you so you understand your experience. Okay, it took you to a point where you sensed something, and then you maybe questioned it, and you removed that thought from your mind because something else came back in. And that's how they work. But, it's strange, but that's how they work. It's not like you can pick the phone up and say, "Hello, renters, how are you? Where are you?" How's things? It doesn't work that way, Um, so there's a wonderful channel, and her name, she channels are being called. Um, I can't think, but I'm gonna find it and I'll send it to you in a message. And I always remember listening to her when she was given an interview as to how she channeled, and she gave a wonderful example of what happens in the channeling process, and it was very, very simple. She said, "I just move out of the way." And I went, "What?" She said, "I just move out of the way." Now you're listening to that now in your 3D mind, and you're trying to figure out, but how do you move out of the way? So there's a part of you watching yourself channel, okay? And you're trying to figure out, well, am I actually in the channel? No, you're not in the channel. You want to allow yourself now to be in the channel. Yes, you can bring yourself into it. But she made it clear, and she's channeling a long, long time. Like, she actually lives in the US. Find her later on. But she's a lovely soul, and she channels the angelic beings. Like, but very, very simple, she says. I don't complicate it, she says. There's a process of quiet in the mind, but she said, just move out of the way and allow them to come forward. Brett Sewers gave me an example also. He said, "Will you do us a favor and just start talking?" I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, just start talking because we're just going to take over." He says, "No way." He says, "Yeah, that's how it's going to work. We're going to take over." So he was doing his best. They were doing their best to convince me that it's that simple. Don't complicate it. We complicate things in this realm because of our genetic makeup and the reality that we live in. It's quite simple. Just start talking and we're going to take over. The wording will change. You will sense words that you don't normally use, and over time we will build on that, So I hope that has helped you, Emily, and I do hope that you have another experience like that you shared, because there are all moments where we have opportunities to open the door into another realm.
Yeah, thank you, Christy. I would say that I have noticed when I'm teaching flute lessons that insights will come to me, a way to express an idea to help the student that I've never heard expressed by any other teacher, certainly no teacher that I had. And I would think to myself, oh, that's a really good idea. I should try that for myself.
There you go. There you go.
But now that I'm not teaching flute, I'm not sure I'm having experiences like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I did see, well, anyway, it did transform the students' abilities a lot, those kinds of insights. So that.
Yeah.
Christy, I had to strain to hear everything you said. Do you know how to test your microphone
Well, I just
levels?
raised the volume on my phone here. I'm not sure if that's any better. Can you hear me now?
Well, I think it's about the same, but if you go, let me see if it's on audio. Test speaker and microphone. Do you see, if you go down, are you on a computer or
No,
a
I'm on my
telephone?
phone. I'm on my
If
phone.
Sorry?
I'm on my phone.
You're on your phone.
Hey. Oh, um, yeah, Amira, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I have a question. I mean, so 2 nights ago, I had a dream. I had a dream that I was in like a school or somewhere, and uh, different groups of people were gonna watch different things from like a projector to show on a screen. So I was in a class or somewhere, and like every four people had their own screen projector, and they were gonna do. We were watching a movie. I forget, but it was important. It was something to know. And then this one lady, she was setting up, and she was like one of the teachers or something. And I was just talking to her, and I'm like, I could relate to this movie. And then we sat down, and we sat down when she was setting up the projectors. And I started talking about the Pleiades. I started talking about the Pleiades. I said, well, this is a system. I was naming, I named all the stars. I said, uh, Atlas, Taygeta, Solano, Alcyon, Merope, Sterope, all. And I told her I'm from Merope. I think it's Merope. I told her that I came from Merope. It's just like, so am I actually being given the information that um the exact star of the Pleiades that I come from? Another thing is, how can I beckon, or how can I communicate to the Pleiadians to come see me at night or in my dreams? How to communicate? I appreciate it.
Well, great questions. Please write those down, and we can do that in a channeling. But off the top of my head, at a future time, but off the top of my head, I would say that you are being visited, you are being given information. So please write that down, and we can cover that in another session. Um, and So I think Christy would like to share some things, but not on the recording. So I'll pause the recording, and Christy can share those things. And then if I press record again, would you be okay to do the light language channeling? My energy is kind of really dipping, so I'm kind of
Absolutely.
rushing
Absolutely.
along this evening.
You're up and down. Our bodies are recalibrating. There's a lot, there's Mars and not Mars, Jupiter and the moon looking close together. It is winter, so my energy goes up and down all the time. So I understand completely. And I appreciate me having you on your lives and be able to do the light language.
Okay, thank you, Amira. Okay, slight change of plan. So because I just got Christy's message there. So if you would be okay to go ahead with the Pleiadian light language channeling whenever you're ready.
Yeah, give
And
me a minute. I'm gonna
yeah,
go to a
absolutely.
quieter space because my son's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And then after that, Christy will share his what he wants to share. So I will pause here and give Amira time to prepare. Welcome back, everyone. And I'd like to give a heartfelt thank you to Christy Clark and Venturas for doing a channeling this evening, and very much look forward to much more of that. And thank you, Christy. Amira is going to do a Pleiadian light language, and she's going to keep her camera off while she's doing that. So when you're ready, Amira,
I am ready.
go ahead.
My name's Amira Hill. I do come from the Pleiades. I was given this light language. It is actually my native language, or Pleiadian native language, which is light language that comes from my home planet. And I love using the light language. So I'm going to use my tuning fork, and then I'm going to say my light language. Nice. $538 hertz. Kakai, Japakani, Natuti Tikani Kakai, Kakashikini, na Kapoa Laititi, Kakain Tipotika, na Kashita, Kakaina Popokina, Popopoin, Kapopoya Kakina Fashikaka, Kakai Takakai, Bujikoko, and Machi Nati, Makina, Kakaina Tupa, Nakota Papoya Kakish. Polana polaitina ba na piloi polichikai makai takinda ko la kakai no koi chikokai moi chipi na ka cha kakai chikaki na poi na kakagi na pochichipaka nikai chi no po la palaiki po la pakai chakai na kakai po la kai chichipo la kakakai nikiki boy shagagai boy naki na pashi nakai na pushikana kanakai na kapushika lakakai akakai boshi naki ni na popapai na pai lakakai chikana kakai na kapikoi akichina kakai mokaniki na kapotika di kakai na popai da kabina patoi kakai na pol Nikintitia makina kakai na pa na pitanata natatai na tapoya kakai kokai 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 kokai. Thank you very much. I used the tuning fork 4 times. Pleiadian star system 444. I hope that was good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amira. I really enjoy Pleiadian light language, and
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's
To
an honor.
I'm Thank you. I'm looking forward um to watching you grow with it. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah. To watch.
Absolutely. I've been praying over certain patients, friends, and it has been helping. But I want to spread it. I want to help as many people as possible. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're
And I'm
welcome.
blessed to have met you 6 years ago. You've changed my life a lot. You did.
Thank you. I thank you. There was a video I watched yesterday with Kerry Cassidy and somebody Miller that was really good. I got to see Kerry Cassidy in a very different way. And it, for me, I found it very funny at times. And it wasn't, I don't think it was meant to be very funny. But they were kind of really arguing with each other. I recommend everyone go and watch it.
Was this the video on Montauk?
I'm not sure. It was, I don't think it was. It was, they covered a lot of different subjects. And it was with an elderly man called Miller, I think, Miller, I think. And he's in America. And I think he had a hat on. Pretty sure he had a hat on. But it was a recent video. She did it within the last week or released it within the last week. So I really recommend everyone go and watch that. And I think I'm going to I think that's it for this evening, apart from Christy wants to share some things, but not in the recording. So let's do that. Would anyone like to say anything before I stop the recording?
I had one question, and it may be that it's not the place for it, but I watched that Edgar Casey real video YouTube video that you shared.
Yes.
And so in it he talks about star seeds, but he also talks about indigo beings. Are they one and the same? Or are they different?
No, they're the same.
Okay.
So great question, Emily. Great question. So in my understanding, there's a lot of subcategories to starseeds. So they come under all labels. They come under indigos, crystal, rainbow. They also come under shamanic practitioner or Reiki healer or channeler or light worker, mystic, intuitive. We often like I recognized years ago that I was an indigo before I recognized that I was a starseed. So there's a lot of subcategories or labels to being a starseed, like branches of a tree,
Okay.
but the main bulk, the main tree would be starseed. It was a great interview. Sorry, it was a great video that I shared. It was really interesting. And I shared another one as well about rhesus negative blood types, which was very interesting. They really went into detail on a lot of about rhesus negative. So I'm going to pause the recording there and allow Christy to share. Okay, so we're going to end here this evening, guys, but I would like to put a little call out for donations. If you can, please do donate if you're watching in the future. That would be great. Thank you so much and see you all soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.